Lessons in stacking silver and gold can come from places you least expect. Little did I know such valuable silver stacking lessons were going to come from my 9-year-old. For years, my daughter and I have had an understanding. Any change left on the junk table can be claimed and put into her piggy bank. Well, over the last few years, she's collected some serious money. Every time she cashes in the coins from her piggy, she has to save at least 20% and any previous cash stays. 3 weeks ago, we were talking about her piggy bank, her unicorn bank money, how she wanted to go shopping with it, and how the money in there was for investing or saving, not for spending on stuff. Mind you, this was not our first conversation about this. A few days later, she comes back to me and she says, "Daddy, I want to invest my unicorn bank money so I can have more of it later." She then asks, "Can I buy coins with it?" That's what she calls stacking. Don't judge her, she's 9. I don't need to tell you how proud I felt. There's a lot more to the story, but ultimately we decided that on that Saturday we would go over to the LCS and she can invest her money in some coins. Well, folks, what you see here is what she picked out and purchased, her first 5 ounces as a stacker with her own money. Watching this process almost felt like an out-of-body experience because I was so proud. At the same time, it really cemented 6 reminders or lessons that we all need to hear. Thanks to the Discord crew for the name recommendation, which my daughter has gladly accepted, and now she is known as Princess Stacker. Number 1, plant trees today for shade in the future. For years, Princess Stacker has watched me trade fiat paper for gold and silver, and it's often led to some interesting conversations. Those conversations were opportunities for me to plant seeds in her mind about money. As the proverb goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. I wish I was having these conversations when I was a kid. So instead of trying to convince or force her into stacking, I spent my time role modeling the behavior, letting her ask questions, and ultimately letting her figure it out for herself. I think this is a good reminder for us stackers that trying to explain stacking or even convince loved ones to start stacking is pointless. The best thing we can do is be an example. Our example and subtle conversations over time, it's like planting little seedlings that will hopefully grow into future shade trees. Number 2, Jedi mind tricks and money. I jokingly call this my Jedi mind trick, but from the beginning, my plan was very simple. I wanted her to learn the value of money and the habit of saving 20%. Ultimately, I wanted her to learn that money has a role. It can be spent on things we need and even desire, but there's a limit, 80%. How different would our financial lives be if from the very beginning we were taught to live off of only 80% of what we earn? Frankly, I'm not there, but it has become more and more of a focus of mine. The good news is we get to start wherever we are. If it's 5% right now, make it 8% a year from now and keep pushing yourself every year. And as far as that little Jedi mind trick goes, from this day forward, you will only spend 80% of what you take in. Number 3, good money habits attracts more money. For at least a year, Princess Stacker has been asking about earning an allowance so that she can have money for things that daddy won't buy, like lip gloss, nail polish, and other nonsense. I've waited because I knew she really wasn't ready for money. I knew this because she only wanted money to fulfill her desire to spend it, to get more stuff, because money was still a floating extraction without value to her. After she made the decision to invest her savings, thankfully it was in metals, almost immediately I offered her the opportunity to earn an allowance. It was a simple decision for me because she was starting to understand that money has value and that the goal is to have her money work for her. What I can tell you from firsthand experience is the better I handle my personal finances, the easier it is for money to come and flow into my life. If you can't handle the amount of money you have right now, what in the heck would happen if you won the lottery? You'd probably end up growing broke like 70% of lottery winners do. When you are good with your money, money flows into you. The point I wanted to make for her was she was now ready to start earning money because she knew what to do with it. Number 4, delayed gratification. Saving, especially investing your money, is about delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is all about resisting that temptation and especially the emotional, and let's even be honest, the psychological need for an immediate reward. Delayed gratification is directly connected with discipline and success and well-being and everything from finance, relationships, career, and even health. We can't help but be reminded that investing in metals is about delayed gratification. But take this moment to remind yourself that this act of stacking is far more powerful than the financial implications. The act of stacking won't necessarily make you wealthy, but stacking can help you become wealthy. Every time you stack, you are reinforcing the skills that are critical to being financially successful in life, such as living on less, good money habits, investing, patience, and delayed gratification. Number 5, price, value, and personal interest. I wanted my daughter to be excited about her coins, so I discreetly let the LCS know that I would cover the difference between generics and premium coins so that she could choose freely. As a result, I got to watch firsthand as Princess Stacker struggled to make her choices about which coins and why. She picked this Cougaran, the panda, the fake eagle, solely because she thought the animals were cute on it. And the other two bars because she liked the shape, and one had toning and the other one had this proof-like finish. Since price and value were taken off the table, her decisions were based on personal interest and how pretty the coins were. I found it fascinating that my 9-year-old picked her coins using some of the same criteria many stackers use. They abandon price and value and instead choose pretty. I mean, not anyone from Stackers University, of course. We would never pay more for a coin simply because it had an animal on it that we like or because it was extra shiny. No, we would never do that. I better move on before this turns into confession time. Number 6, the habit of choice, aka the church doors are open. One of the lessons I learned in the church was we don't care what motivated someone to come through the church doors. What matters is they are here and we have a chance to reach out. I'm certain she doesn't fully understand the magnitude of what she started. And at 9 years old, how could she? In my mind, it's the equivalent to why she walked through the church doors. It doesn't matter. What's really important is that she understood enough to know that she should do something with it. And my job now is to help her develop that muscle memory of sorts. Kind of like Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi painting the fence, sanding the floor, waxing the car. It's the habit of that choice she made for herself that will allow her to stick to it over a lifetime. It's your habit of choice that you can make. It's your habit of choice that you have made and continue to make day in, day out that will make the difference tomorrow and 20 years from now. As you and your family not only have shade from the tree you planted, you also get to enjoy the fruit from your labor that the delayed gratification affords you. This is one of the beauties of stacking. It's your habit of choice that lays your foundation for proper money management, which will create not only value, but the opportunity for money and wealth to flow towards you because your habit and your ability to be faithful and responsible with what you do have so that when you manifest abundance, you know what to do with it. I hope the parallels from Princess Stacker's journey serves as a reminder of the importance of stacking, its power, and its purpose. In the comments section, which of the 6 takeaways stick with you the most? Do you have any other takeaways from her experience? Do you have any suggestions on how to get others or your children involved in stacking? If nothing else, go ahead and put an A+ in the grade book again to make sure you get full credit for always being my A+ students. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.